Alright, time for another edition of What's in That Hive. I took the entrance reducer off of the larger one earlier today because they were getting a little congested, and now that I can see that they have the numbers to protect the larger entrance, I figured it was time to go ahead and do that. Helps them cool it off, makes it quicker and easier for the bees coming back with nectar and pollen to get in and out. So it just seemed to make sense. But now that they're gainfully employed bearding, cooling, and removing the propolis that had been built up on the entrance reducer, I'm going to go ahead and get in here and take care of a couple items. First of all, today's the day that I'm going to check out the state of their feeder. Since I gave them a lot of new comb to draw out, foundation frames to draw out, I need to see how they're doing, and I want to make sure that they have some feed to help them knock that out. Also, I want to check on the hive beetle traps I put in. I got a couple new ones ready to go in case those other ones need to be replaced. And of course, as always, I'm going to see if I see the queen. Don't know if I'm going to get into the bottom box, but my main concern right now is just the refilling of the feeder and potentially replacing the hive beetle traps. But while I'm in there, of course, I'm going to take a look because that's just what we do. Alright, so without further ado, I'm going to come on over. See, this is not stuck, so I'll just pull this off. Only one bee in there, that's fine. And I'm going to set this over here in case I want to take the top brood box off to get into the lower one. I'll set it in here, and just in case the queen's in the top box, she's not going to fall on the ground and be threatened by any of the other critters that are running around here. Today I also happen to bring my bug assault shotgun, which fires grain salt at insects. It's for flies, but I have seen a couple wasps lurking, wanting to perhaps poach a bee or two. In this hive right here, I know that there's probably no way that they could have a successful raid due to the colony strength, but that notwithstanding, if I see one, I'll blow it away because all bee lives matter, right? Alright. Oh, and here's something I've noticed before. There's a spider that's been every now and then poaching a bee or two, and so just go ahead and dispatch with her. She is not welcome. Alright. Let's see what we got going on here. A hell of a lot of activity. Judging by the lack of activity, I can see the feeder is empty, so I'm definitely due to top that off. Just came out of the fridge too, which is nice because that means that it'll help cool them off. Saw online that the thing to do with these is just run your tool across there in case there are any hive beetles that are hiding under there. You'll crush the little buggers, so that's cool. This hasn't been propolized much, so I'm thinking it's probably alright, but let's see here. I'll be damned. Oh, that's not a hive beetle, but it's something, but it doesn't look like this needs to be replaced. So I'm just going to set it down for now. Put it here in the holder that I have constructed. Let's do that to the other one. Hopefully we got... Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not disappointed in the absence of hive beetles, because I only saw 2, to my knowledge. But that said, if they're in there, I sure hope that they're... Oh, now this one has been propolized a bit, which is interesting. So, just go ahead and pop this out. Oh, man, yeah, they have been. That's interesting. Apparently these things are fairly flimsy, so again, nothing. It's not a bad thing. I'll put it back in a minute. So that's good. That's good. Got the other ones. If I need to reuse them, I can. So, like I said, the primary thing here is refilling the feeder. But of course, while I'm here, I always have to look in. So since I've got the lid down on this side, got the feeder over here. I'm going to go ahead and set this over here because if I do decide to take the top, the feeder's not going to allow it the way it's positioned. Okay, well, this is the way it's going to be. I'll just have to be smart in my maneuvering. Let's take a look. Not a whole heck of a lot going on with this one. Yeah, nothing. So moving that's not going to be a big deal. Just a couple girls hanging out. Same can be said for these other ones. Yep, nothing there either. Man, I was hoping they'd draw it out some, but they're not terribly interested. At least they're not doing they're doing a little bit of burr comb. Not a whole heck of a lot. Alright. Same here. Seeing a lot of activity downstairs though, holy moly. I can see that they're still quite busy. So that's a good thing. I'm thinking I probably am going to just go ahead and take a look in there. Again, we give you this whole new frame and all you want to do is build burr comb. Really? That's not nice. Ah, but I see why, because they've got some cells they've brought to do a little addition to make it go continuous from the bottom to the top. I haven't decided what I'm going to do about that yet, but I'll take a look. I think at least moving the frames so that I've broken their bridge will help. Probably, yep. Excuse me. Nothing. I'm getting kind of disappointed how little they've been drawing out these frames, actually. And by little, I mean nada. Absolutely nothing. So maybe they weren't all that desperate for space to begin with. Now this one I can tell is stuck, both of them are, to the frames beneath them because they've built comb up to connect them. So I'm just going to slowly pull this one out and set it over here. And I'll do the same next door. This one's much more connected. You can probably see from that. Lots of comb up on top of there, and lots of activity. So that's good. So in the absence of hive beetles and the activity going down there, it's not a bad thing. I'm just going to keep this thing going. I think I got the smoker going a little bit better this time, but I just wanted to puff to keep it going. I also wanted to move it because it was blowing on me. Yeah, again. So yeah, it's only 94 degrees out right now. Fortunately, it's in the shade and 55% humidity, which is some of the best weather to get out here to mess with them because they're hot, hence the bearding up front, which yeah, they're still doing. They're not paying any mind to what I'm doing up here, which is good. So what I think I'm going to do right now is just go ahead and replace these frames and move this down so I can get into the bottom. I've been doing still not drawing anything out, and it's been out here for a little over a week, so not impressed, ladies. Not impressed. That's fine though. got one that appeared to be interested, and then she just kind of moved on. And not a lot of action, so yeah, probably a good time to just go ahead and do that. So, just gonna move. I'm in absolutely no danger of rolling the queen because she clearly ain't up here. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of these back. And then move this sucker over. Sticky as always. Yeah, in this case, the order of the frames doesn't matter as much, but I am putting them out of order because they had been bridging the bottom box and the top box at these middle frames. So I want to kind of interrupt that a little bit, which may or may not do anything, but whatever, we'll see. All right, make sure I got B-space action going. It's not so bad. Smelling that very fragrant smoke. All right, take this off so I can move it, and there's room. Go on to the next one. Here's the hard part, of course, is lifting this, I'm sure, very severely propylized brood box off. This is going to be a first for me, so I'm hoping that it's not so bad. This is why having two hive tools is actually useful, because one can kind of be a placeholder to wedge with the other. Again, don't want to crush anybody. I certainly don't want any jerky movements to get them excited. Alright, so don't know if that's going to work, but we're hoping it does. Here we go. There we go. That wasn't so bad, but here we are. Just going to set it at a slight angle so it rests on the outside edge of that, and that one's fine. Don't want to crush anybody. All right, so first things first, I'm going to put this over here. Excuse me. And then this way, slide this over just in case. There we go. Make sure that the camera angle's good. Just kind of point it down a little bit more. Just get a better look at what's happening. There you go. Alright, so as always, first thing you do, start on the outside frame. I'm going to do this one since it's closest to the holder. I just want to seriously, I've got absolutely no luck with smokers whatsoever. And they don't seem to even care. Look at that. One day I'm going to get the smoker thing right. I don't know what the heck is going on here. Goodness. Fortunately, these are pretty laid back bees, so I'm just gonna do my best to not get them terribly excited while I'm doing this. But they are always curious about what things are making themselves present in their home. Whoa, holy shit. That just got some attention. They just like totally changed their attitude just then, and don't know what that was about. I think I crushed somebody and they're not happy. So yeah, good times. I'll call this technical difficulties, and I'm just going to go ahead and go back to the original plan. Put the feeder back in order. Make sure they're good to go on their hive beetle traps, and then go about my business. Yeah, that was good. So for this one, I think the answer, since I've got no smoke going on, I'll just go ahead and gently brush them off. Gently brush, and they're gently pissed. Alright, that's not good. Sorry ladies, not looking to crush anybody, but y'all are just gonna have to let me go ahead and put this back on. Slowly, slowly, please no crush, please no crush. Alright, that's good. Come on, you. I'm not trying to hurt you. Quite the opposite. You'll be fine. Jeez Louise. So I ordered some better smoker fuel because, for crying out loud, I simply just cannot get this friggin' thing to stay lit. Hopefully this nice, delicious, cool bee tea will keep them happy. For crying out loud. But when I think about it, I mean, what am I going to do? Seriously, y'all. Oh. Let's put the traps back in, right. Which is part of the reason we came out here to begin with. Seriously. I don't blame him, that was my fault. Again, with the smoker failure, I just decided to fail on top of that by continuing anyway. Hey, I'm sorry. Can you please be cool now? But they seem to have gotten over it rather quickly, which is nice. Which makes me think maybe I should just go ahead and, instead of doing just one, like was the plan today, I'll go ahead and get into the next one. Hopefully that one will be a little more, shit, I don't even have the smoker going, so. gonna go relight the smoker and try again.